A change is brought about because ordinary people do extraordinary things. We are the change we have been waiting for. If you're walking down the right path and you're willing to keep walking, eventually you'll make progress. In the face of impossible odds, people who love this country can change it. We don't ask you to believe in our ability to bring change. Rather, we ask you to believe in yours. You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. Nothing can stand in the way of the power of millions of voices calling for change. Our stories may be singular, but our destination is shared. I think perhaps education doesn't do us much good unless it is mixed with sweat. It's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential. Do not leave your reputation to chance or gossip. It is your life's artwork, and you must craft it, hone it, and display it with the care of an artist. Never waste valuable time or mental peace of mind on the affairs of others. That is too high a price to pay. The human tongue is a beast that few can master. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. Win through your actions, never through argument. You must always be prepared to place a bet on yourself, on your future, by heading in a direction that others seem to fear. Keep your friends for friendship, but work with the skilled and competent. The secret to success is retaining your childlike qualities. The world wants to assign you a role in life, and once you accept that role, you are doomed. If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. Without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. If you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. If you are not willing to risk the unusual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. Don't say, if I could, I would. Say, if I can, I will. How long should you try? Until. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. It always seems impossible until it's done. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Where you stand depends on where you sit. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than one you are capable of living. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. Folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. All that I am or ever hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. There are no bad pictures. That's just how your face looks sometimes. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Each night when I go to sleep, I die, and the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. Whatever you do will be insignificant, but it is very important that you do it. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. One person can make a difference, and everyone should try. A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. Things do not happen. Things are made to happen. Never let your fears hold you back from pursuing your hopes. We must find time to stop and find time to thank people who make a difference in our lives. A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. We all have to live together, so we might as well live together happily. We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. In order to lead a meaningful life, you'll need to cherish others, pay attention to human values, and try to cultivate inner peace. The enemy is the necessary condition for practicing patience. The true hero is one who conquers his own anger and hatred. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. A lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. More compassionate mind, more sense of concern for others' well-being is a source of happiness. We can live without religion and meditation, but we cannot survive without human affection.
One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. Conservatism, however, is too often a welcome excuse for lazy minds, loath to adapt themselves to fast-changing conditions. Beauty has no obvious use, nor is there any clear cultural necessity for it, yet civilization could not do without it. A woman should soften, but not weaken a man. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. The only person with whom you have to compare yourself is you in the past. For every student with a spark of brilliance, there are about 10 with ignition trouble. Sex at 84 is terrific, especially the one in the winter. A committee is a group that keeps minutes and loses hours. Laughter is an instant vacation. The problem with life is, by the time you can read women like a book, your library card has expired. The human brain is special. It starts working as soon as you get up, and it doesn't stop until you get to school. Money can't buy you happiness. It just helps you look for it in more places. The only place success comes before is in the dictionary. You can lead a man to Congress, but you can't make him think. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door.